Hey everybody, I'm Chef Jill, and I bet you didn't even know that you were eating tough scrambled eggs. Now you probably know because during the pandemic, every chef and home cook put out a YouTube video on how to make the perfect scrambled eggs. And I'm gonna be honest, I watched them, I learned them, I practiced them, and I'm not trying to brag, I still think mine are the best. So I invite you to join me in my kitchen where I teach you how to make the best scrambled eggs. All right, to get started on your perfect scrambled eggs, we're gonna do a couple things here. First, I've got a great nonstick pan, and that's one of the things you absolutely need for your kitchen. You need to get a great, heavy nonstick pan. I always tell people, don't worry about the price, don't worry about the name brand, just find something that's heavy. You want heavy, good heat conductivity. Now, low heat, like the lowest heat. Like the lowest heat you have. See that? That's a 2, that's too high. I'm going down to a 1. Get that over the heat. I want that on low, and I think that's the #1 thing people mess up is they start scrambling eggs the second they get in. You don't want to do that. So I'm gonna get a little butter here, and I'm gonna do about, I don't know, just a little bit of butter, like half a tablespoon or so. I'm gonna start slowly melting this in, just slowly. So a little bit of butter. Just gonna throw it in there. Now, if your butter sizzles, your pan's too hot. Stop what you're doing. Turn it off. You're gonna start over. No sizzle, see that? There's no sizzle, it's just barely warming up. That's what I want. The lower and slower your eggs are, the more delicious they're gonna be. So I'm adjusting that heat, nice and low. Okay, so a few things with great scrambled eggs. 1, get some fresh eggs, okay? Get some fresh eggs. I get the extra large ones because I'm an egg fanatic, so that's what I do. So I'm gonna get 4, I'm using 4 eggs here because of course, you know, I can't have Steven filming all of this and not eat something. So he's gonna try the scrambled eggs. You've never had my scrambled eggs? No, so today's the day, honey. So I'm gonna do 4 eggs. Notice I slapped these eggs on a flat surface, so I'm not impaling the shell. Nice flat surface. As I tell my kids, thumbs in, thumbs up. Thumbs in, thumbs up. They know the rules. If any shell falls in, just take this, dip it in, it'll stick right to it, so you're good. I got 4 eggs in here. Let's give these a little whisk. Now, you can use a fork if you want, but I prefer a whisk. I like this little one when I make scrambled eggs. And now, here's a few things. Let's see how our butter's doing, Steven. Just slowly melting. See? It's still not even completely melted yet. That's what we want, nice and slow. Nice and slow. Now, I got my 4 eggs beaten up. Now here are the 2 things we're gonna add that are gonna make this fabulous. First, a little heavy cream. Just a little, just like a dash. Like a teaspoon to a tablespoon, just a dash of heavy cream. And this isn't gonna make it fluffy or anything like that, but it's gonna make it rich. And I want rich, luxurious scrambled eggs. I'm not looking to, you know, make something fast and hard right now. I want something that is soft and fluffy and luxurious and creamy and fabulous. So the next thing we have to add, whipped cream cheese. Now I've done this with ricotta, I've done it with mascarpone, I've done it with everything. Hear me, the whipped cream cheese, after all of my experimenting, is what's worked the best. So I do just a good little scoop, like 2 tablespoons. I go big. For 4 eggs, do like a huge tablespoon. Get it in there. And now while you're waiting for that to be ready, you whisk it right in. So look, you're gonna get like these little curds in there. See that now? Little curds in there. You know what? I'm looking at that. I can go a little more. I know how much curds I like, so I'm going to go a little bit more. And what this does is it just adds, what happens is these little curds that are melting in here are just going to melt into the eggs. You're never going to, if you have the husband that I have that's like, I can't eat cream cheese. Ugh, he's crazy, right? So he doesn't even know. Look at that. Good to go. He doesn't even know cream cheese is in there because it melts all in but makes it so silky and delicious. So I'm gonna get these in, barely a sizzle, like barely a noise. We're just gonna let these hang out for a minute. I'm gonna get a rubber spatula here to move them around. Let's just let them chill for a minute. Now, notice I am not adding any salt right now. If I add salt into this, what does salt do? It pulls moisture, it's going to steam, and it's going to get hotter faster, and it's gonna toughen up the eggs. We're gonna salt at the end. We're gonna salt at the end. So I'm just gonna push. I'm just pushing. They're just lightly setting around the edges. We're just pushing. We're not going crazy. And see all those curds right there of the cream cheese? Trust me, they will all melt down. I'm actually even going to lower the heat a little bit more because to me this is cooking too fast, even though it's going so slow. And we're just pushing around because whenever I push, see how it like, the new eggs get right in there? So fantastic. Still not salting, by the way. You get a plate, let those do their thing. Let me bring these over to you, Steven. Let me show you this now. See how big those curds are right there? That's what I want. Just like that. And then I give it a little shaky shake like that. Put them back on. See how low this heat is? You can't even see the flame. You can, however, see my stained white stove. So I apologize. It's white. I cook a lot. It's very stained. So now we're getting in a good spot here, because when these are about 80% cooked, we're going to turn the heat off. We're just going to let them hang out. We're just going to let them slowly come together. Now, to me, these are perfect when they're nice and loose. Yeah, just leave them alone. And you don't want like the tight. Look, the other day I went to a diner for the first time in forever, pandemic, right? But me and my kids were like, we need to go get some pancakes and live life. So we went to a diner for the first time in a year, and I ordered the scrambled eggs, and I have been spoiled by my own scrambled eggs. I know that sounds super cheesy to say, but it's true. And they were those super folded, tight, flat scrambled eggs. And my whole family was like, oh, and I forgot that people don't know that scrambled eggs are meant to be fluffy and delicious. Now look at, okay, now we're getting to a good spot here. We're getting to a good spot. Now they're starting to really curdle up, but I'm still moving them, right? Still moving them nice and loose. And I'm gonna have my salt and pepper ready to go, because when we cut the heat, then we can season these up. So let's talk about salt for just a minute while these are finishing up. Kosher salt, I literally have an entire, I think I really actually have a cabinet right here just of salt. Just of kosher salt and sea salt, and then some more kosher salt and coarse and fine ground. It's all about the kosher salt, okay? So we want to season these up. Okay, so I feel these are exactly about 80% done. They're wet, but they're firm. So give them another shaky shake. Let's turn the heat off. Now we're just gonna let these hang out, kind of spread them a little bit to let finish in the pan. And now, salt and pepper time. So for the salt, fingers, always season, nice and up high. Not trying to be bougie when we do this. We're doing this because, man, I like that even heat, or that even salt distribution. It's a blanket. It's a blanket of salt that's hitting that. So nice and high, over the top. Pepper, I can use my fingers or my pepper grinder around here. If you can use a pepper grinder, if you have one at home, I highly recommend. And the reason being is because those whole peppercorns in there have so much flavor, because when you crack them, you actually crush them and slice them, and all the oils come out. So if you want a bright burst of pepper, use a pepper grinder. I swear I got this at TJ Maxx when I was like 16 years old. I've had it for 100 years. Should probably get a new one. All right, so these are done, but I like to spread them out a little bit. Give them a good crack of pepper. And then, as always, we're gonna have to taste and season, right? Taste and season. Now, Stephen, have you ever had scrambled eggs with this kind of texture to them, where they're almost like a porridge?
I tried making the Gordon Ramsay one.
Yes, those are very popular.
Yeah.
Did you like that texture? Because people are weirded out by it.
It's all right. I like the more, I guess, chunky ones.
Okay.
Is that chunky is a weird word for that?
Oh, they're so good. No, you are correct. Chunky is a good word. These are very similar to Gordon Ramsay's, where they're almost like a porridge where you don't think they're done, but they're done. These are completely cooked through, but because we moved them around so much with the cream cheese, you can't even see the cream cheese in there anymore because it just melted in. These are perfect. I just tasted them. The seasoning's perfect. Look at that. That is gorgeous. And these over like scrambled eggs, or excuse me, over toast, or over like an English muffin, to me are fabulous. All right, I'm trying them one more time to make sure I like them. Are you scared since now you said you don't?
No. This is
okay.
This is different.
It is like the creamiest. I'm gonna make Stephen try them. Here, we should switch camera. Here, you come in, you try these. I'm gonna take the camera. All right, give that a whirl.
Okay.
Stephen's young and hip and honest. He'll tell me. He doesn't like them. Come on.
That's really good.
Those are so good, right? They put me in such a good mood. This is my late night dinner. This is what I always make at the end of the night after cooking like 8 courses for a dinner party. This is what I always come home and make. So try these. Tell me if you like them. Put it in the comments. Let me know that they're the best eggs you've ever had. And if you like this recipe, make sure to subscribe to my channel, because this is where I'm gonna be showing you how to make the most basic things delicious. It's all about the basics, elevating them, making fantastic. So hope to see you soon. Bye.